This week on the Spotlight, we flash back, because I love to do that. Scott Skiles, back in Bulls history. God, he was a tense individual. Thabo Sefolosha wasn't tense, though. He was cool. He's still playing in the NBA. We talked to him. Let's see about the flashbacks again. Are we going to flashback some more? No, this is just from a few weeks back, the 2016 Benkowski Trivia Championship, and then Jose Valentin, that was a while ago. A lot of classics this week. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, it's the 29th year of the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They have tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and more. 108th and Kedzie. Lansing Floral Shop, open 8 a.m. daily. Custom silk flowers, Bridgewater candles, great flowers, 708-474-1212. A great floral shop, Lansing Floral. Get to the Ballpark Pub for my trivia. The next one, April 17th on Monday at 8 o'clock. Eat, drink, and play. 514 West Pershing. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. You've got to get to the Wise Owl at Van Buren and Racine. Pizzas, pork sliders, Cuban sandwiches, carrot soup, elote, burgers, tacos, salads, and more. Great cocktails and great bartenders. A tremendous array at the Wise Owl, Van Buren and Racine. See you there. You've got to get to Mad Anthony Sports Bar and Grill, 3350 West 47th Street. Serving La Coco's Pizza, always good. A wide variety of sandwiches and the full bar. And my trivia game every other Friday, starting at about 5:45. So good stuff at Mad Anthony. I'll see you over there. We'll have fun. We'll eat, drink, and play on a Friday, late afternoon, early evening. We're back on the Spotlight, and of course it's time to talk Bulls. Coach Scott Skiles, kind of a man in a little bit of controversy in the 07-08 season early on. He's had a couple of hissing matches with players and ended up apologizing afterward. Certainly the Bulls' extremely slow start was a factor in some of these tensions, whereas the Bulls have played 500 ball for the last couple of weeks and are inching toward the 500 mark. They're still not anywhere near where they want to be for a team that I projected to win 55. We talked to Skiles a few minutes ago, and he analyzed some of the current situation, try to get a little bit of a feeling from the mood of the club, as much as you can peel away from the very guarded and always tight-lipped Scott Skiles.
The Chicago Bulls have teamed up with Western University Medical Center.
He looks the same to me. He looks good. Obviously he's having a heck of a year. All those other guys are playing very well. Their bench is playing well. Especially in the last 10 games. They've really come on and look like one of the better clubs right now. So across the board, their offense, their defense, they look really good.
Do you get any buzz at all coaching against what many people consider one of the great coaches in the history of the game?
No, I've coached against Phil in the playoffs in Phoenix and played against him many times when he was coaching, so not really.
Are you ever going to look at a guy like Kobe and just kind of look at him and say, that's a guy we could have had or maybe still can have, and just kind of look to scout him out in that kind of way?
No, I don't even think about that. He's obviously one of the game's greatest players, and we're trying to get a win. That's how we're looking at it.
How important your bench going to be back-to-back games today, tomorrow, and then next
Well, this is another. It's a big stretch for us. I mean, it's 4 games in 5 nights against 4 quality teams, and we're after 1-6. We played 500 basketball since then, which still isn't good enough, but it's better than 1-6. So we've played better, and I don't know how big the bench will be. To be honest with you, I mean, each game. We're not in a position right now to be pacing anybody or doing anything like that. We've got to try to win each game.
Scott, recently you've gotten good play from Noah and Smith and Tyrus also. I mean, how do you play that, by ear? Just the game dictates?
Yeah, it's I've said it before. I mean, it's if our 5 and 4 positions are predominantly manned by Ben Wallace, Joe Smith, Tyrus, Joakim, and Nocioni, not to mention Aaron, but it's hard to even get all those guys quality minutes. I mean, at some point every game, Nocioni's got to play the 4 position. That's where he has his success for us. So it's hard to get those guys minutes. Joakim and Tyrus have kind of alternated playing well. So it's going to be really difficult if they're both playing well at the same time. Fine. Yep.
Based on what Lou said yesterday, it's kind of you're facing kind of a dilemma where you said you had kind of a rough practice on Sunday and you had to sit out today and then back's bothering him again. But I guess you feel like you need to practice or else, you're balancing like a 2 hour plus practice.
Yeah, well, ultimately, I mean, look, if you've got 3 days off, you got to practice. I mean, you can't just not practice, especially when your team is not playing as well as it needs to play. And ultimately, the players themselves say when they're ready to go, when they're ready to go out of practice, and you can't push that. So he's more or less in charge of himself with regard to how his back feels and how he can practice.
Figure out if you should take some time off or just go day to day and see how you feel.
Well, he has taken time off. He's it's not the first practice he's missed yesterday. He's pulled himself out a couple times, and that's part of sort of growing up as a player too, is understanding what you can and can't do, and those kind of things. And you have to leave it up to the player and the trainer. And as I say all the time, I mean, Fred comes up to me before practice, tells me who's going, and that's what we roll with.
Scott, would you ever do anything so radical as to have a starting 5 and then bring in an entire second 5? That's been done in the NBA on occasion.
It depends on how the guys are playing. I mean, if I felt like there were 5 other guys that were playing very well and deserved an opportunity, I'm not afraid of doing anything. But that rarely happens. And most times you're doing well if you can get a couple guys off your bench to play well.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. We're talking Bulls basketball, and Thabo, try to get a feel from you how camp has gone so far and some of the interesting things that you've been seeing with you and your teammates.
So far, it's going pretty well. I mean, it's just a lot of work. Having new coaches, staff, and all this, and a bunch of new things to put to the team. So I mean, it's been going pretty well. Just long hours at the office, I guess.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it's terminology. I imagine some of the plays are the same, but it's almost like learning a new language.
Something like that, I mean, it's just a bunch of new stuff thrown at us, and it's a lot, in just a few days or a few weeks, So I mean, there's a lot of things to learn and to assimilate. So it's just that time of the year, I guess. But once we get that sorted out, and he's gonna be okay.
One of the interesting things I would think that you're thinking about, and all players are, playing time. And when you started to make strides in the old regime to play more, everyone's sort of starting from scratch again. And what do the coaches tell you, and what kind of role are you looking to play now?
Actually, I haven't talked much about the coach, but in terms of role, in the team and all this. I think coach also try to figure, the style of game, that they're gonna demand every player to play. So I think it's gonna be on the coach. I'm not too worried about that. I just try to do what I do best, and show the coach that I'm hungry, that I want to play, and that I'm here to play, and whatever he asks me to do, I'm willing to do it. So then it's gonna be on him.
Just maybe this is an obvious thought, but with Derrick Rose with your club now, it would seem like that would push you more to more action at the 3 spot. What do you think about that?
I think I'm gonna have some more playing time probably at the 3, and also with Ben Gordon and Larry Hughes at the 2. I think that's gonna force me to play a little bit more at the 3.
And to me, this is I would think a perfect situation, because I see you as an open court player and a guy who can create out on the wing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's good. I mean, whatever position I play, whether it's the from the 1 to the 3, I think I can be efficient and do things on the court. So I'm not too worried about what position I play. The only thing is, once I'm on the court, know what the coach want me to do, and try to do it the best way I can.
Team chemistry is an important thing, and if I may, I don't know how much you know about American football. Do you know much?
A little bit, just a little bit.
Well, they always talk about the quarterback and the receivers, and you look for guys who you can pass with and who will know your moves on the floor. I'm looking to see how you and Derrick are beginning. Do you show some signs of meshing and being able to know when the other person's cutting or breaking to the basket?
I mean, he's a great player. He got a great understanding of the game, so he see people open on the floor all over. So, I mean, it's great to play with him. I haven't had a chance, to really play that much with him so far. So, I'm just excited because he's a great point guard who sees the floor, and I think he's going to help not only me but, the rest of the team too.
What about having more time under your belt in the league? What are some of the things you learned last year that you will apply to your game this year?
I think it's all a learning process from from day one when I started. I think I just mature and grew up a little bit in the NBA system and the type of game that we play here. So I think I'm more confident and more relaxed on the floor now that I know a little bit more what's going on around me.
I just always think back to some of the really stellar defensive jobs you did, and there were a couple of times, particularly with Kobe, and then also against Wade, and those are things that you must remember and take a certain amount of pride in.
Of course, those are great memories, but it's in the past now, so I try to focus on the coming season and all that, and not think too much about that. But definitely, that kind of things give me confidence to to keep going and try to work on my game, work hard, and believe that I can have a role in this team.
Well, just from seeing some of the things on the board, it seems like this regime too will say that the defense will set up the offense, and that's a good way to think.
That is a good way to think. I think for every team, it starts with the defense. When we play as a team on defense, then things get easier on the offensive end, and just to play together, pass the ball to each other. If we tough on the defensive end, I think it's really gonna help us on the offense.
Last year at this time, I told you take the ball to the rack. This year, I'm going to tell you don't be afraid to take the jumper.
Okay, I'll try to do both, make a mix of both. All right.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and a fabulous rate of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You've got to get to the SOC Live Minkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the SOC. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's. This man won Best Actor twice in the 90s. The only man to do so.
Yes.
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is right. So you're at 500, you're going for 1,500. Besides Hanks, this is the only man in the 90s who was nominated 3 times for Best Actor. He won once.
Well, I don't know if he won.
5 seconds.
Denzel Washington?
Denzel Washington is not it. The answer was Anthony Hopkins. Question number 3. This other man who won Best Actor in another decade was nominated for Best Actor twice in the 90s.
Previous decade or after the decade?
I didn't say. But he's really famous. 5 seconds. Going.
Quentin Tarantino.
The correct answer was Denzel Washington. So, that hurts. You got one. You go to 1,020. Thank you for trying. So we continue. The Incredibles are up next.
Back in the future. John the 23rd. I vow to you for that.
We're playing movies of the 2000s. Here you go. Three European-born actresses won Oscars 2000 to 2009. Name one. Kate Winslet is correct. Helen Mirren, Marion Cotillard are the others. You have 500. We continue. 5 Americans won Best Actress Oscars in the 2000s. Who is the oldest? And here's a hint. He was born in the 60s.
5 seconds. Meryl Streep was born in 1949. The correct answer was Sandra Bullock. All right, and the final one, Nicole Kidman was nominated twice, but did not win in the early 2000s. Name either film. Five seconds. Moulin Rouge and the Hours. So you got one. So the Incredibles go to 1,080. All the teams are getting something. We continue. The illegal aliens are up next.
Spence is killing us.
You'll be glad that I waited. Because if I go now, it's 70s music.
No. Yes, that's not what we chose.
All right, the best I could do for you, and it's not a bad thing. TV 2000 to 2009. It's one of your decades. Question number 1. Nominated 6 times for Best Actress in a Comedy, 0 wins. She was on Malcolm in the Middle. Five seconds. What? That's the correct answer was Jane Kasmerick. Question number 2. The only other woman nominated 6 times for Best Actress in a Comedy, won twice. Ray. I said she won twice, and then my hint was Ray. Five seconds. Going. Louder. The correct answer was Patricia Heaton. She was on with Ray.
You've got to get to Jack's. 3325 Ridge Road in Lansing. Trivia every Tuesday at 7 p.m. A very intense competitive game. Any of half a dozen teams can win. My game show at Oliver's gets better and better. At 6100 West 159th Street in Oak Forest. Live trivia, alternate Thursdays at 7 p.m. Have great food, great drink, and great trivia at Oliver's. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. You've got to get to the Ballpark Pub for my trivia game, great food and drink, alternate Mondays at 8 p.m. April 17th, the next one. You can do all the things you need to do in a bar at 514 West Pershing Road. I'm telling you, the food is fantastic, and the game is good.
You will enjoy it. We'll see you over by at the Ballpark Pub.
We're in the hallway in between the dugout and the clubhouse, and Jose Valentin sort of talk about the White Sox and what's going to happen after the break. By the time we hit the air, the All-Star game will be over, and I just want to get an idea from you about where this team is headed and what you will need to do to start chipping into the teams ahead of you.
Well, I mean, I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know what the team's going to add. All I can say is there's a lot of game left in the second half. Hopefully, the second half is a lot better than the first one. And like I said, hopefully, I'm always positive. I think that we still, get a chance. I don't know if we're probably going to win at all, but at least, to make a pressure to get closer. Just at least just finish the year with better chances. Give ourselves a chance to come in and win every day. Just play better baseball. And like I said, it's just, we don't got nothing to do, so we have to just go up there and play the game that we're supposed to play the game hard and get some wins and see what happens in the end.
Well, I know that you guys were hurt by the loss of a couple pitchers, certainly the loss of Frank Thomas, but you have made some changes. You got some new pitchers who've made some strides. You got Canseco. What part of the team's play would you like to see improve?
Just the efforts. I think we just got to go there and get better effort. I mean, just play a little harder. Last year every day we just came to the park just with our mind positive. Before the game start, we already in our mind got that we're gonna win. We're gonna beat anybody. Right now it's a lot different. It's we just go in there and just play 9 innings and see what happens. It's something that you pretty much just get and beat before the game start, and that there's not a plan that you can't have in your mind when you're going to play the game, because this is a game that is about inches. They're going to have the same opportunity that we're going to have. Both teams are going to do the same thing. Somebody's going to do better than the other, but like I said, we both got to go there and swing the bat. The pitchers have to throw the ball in home play. We have to catch. We have to run. We have to hit. So it's everything is going to be the same. And then like I said, it's all about just doing better than the other one. And right now we are we're not trusting ourselves. We're not positive. We just going there just to compete and just play 9 innings of baseball, not winning baseball. And hopefully the second half we just change the complete the type of baseball that we played early in the year, and then hopefully we can make a pressure and push something.
You've got to get to Lulu's. Some of my best friends, technical people, go there. Italian beef, hot dogs, burgers, chicken, gyros, fish, salad, subs, and ribs. It's at Taylor and Ogden, 2200 West. It's easy to find and great to eat. Lulu's. This week's show has been brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound, saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.